Barbra's first film was a celluloid version of her musical hit Funny Girl. At the UK premiere, she mixed with high-class company, with royalty joining the throng to see the young star. Princess Margaret and Lord Snowdon were thrilled to meet Barbra and her co-star Omar Sharif. At just 24, she already had the bearing of a more experienced actor. But what was clear, even at this point in her career, was that she had outstanding discipline and was always willing to take creative risks. That bravery won her an Academy Award for Best Actress. She continued to act in comedies, dramas and musicals throughout the 70s. But after the disappointing All Night Long in 1981, she decided to take more control. In 1983, Barbra directed, produced and starred in the musical Yentl, and the film received 5 Academy Award nominations. In 1996, she took on multiple roles in The Mirror Has Two Faces. Produced and directed by Barbra, the romantic comedy starred her as a frumpy professor of romantic literature who changes her ways for her new husband. Critics were wary of her apparent megalomania and lukewarm about her filmmaking ability, but her fans responded with their usual enthusiasm. Jeff Bridges starred as Barbra's love interest.
It's the kind of film that I like to watch. It's a mixture of comedy and drama, and it's got a lot of soul to it. The same guy who wrote The Fisher King, Richard LaGravenese, wrote this film. And it's the storyline's nothing like it, but it's that same type of mixture of the drama and comedy, and it's got that spirit.
Barbra had assembled a stellar cast, including Lauren Bacall and Mimi Rogers, who rubbished rumours that working with Barbra was difficult.
Challenging and inspirational and exciting and exhilarating and, more fun than you should be paid for.
In a star-filled night, many of Hollywood's finest turned out to grace the red carpet and support Barbra, perhaps looking for a job on her next project.
There are so many messages in this movie. There are so many relationships that are explored between men and women, between sisters, between parents, between daughters, mothers and daughters. I'm freezing. I should put on my coat. But I think that you have to go and see it. It's just a wonderful movie, and it touches on many subjects. Beauty being one of them, obviously.
Barbra's first acknowledgement from the Hollywood Foreign Press Association had come in the form of a Golden Globe for her first film, Funny Girl. In 2002, she was honoured again with the Cecil B. DeMille Award. In recognition of her staggering achievements, the award was given for outstanding contribution to the entertainment field. Barbra was thrilled to join an illustrious list of winners like Sean Connery, Dustin Hoffman, Shirley MacLaine and Jack Nicholson.
Cecil B. DeMille Award goes to Barbra Stresaind.
By next year, you've all forgotten that I received this award. I promise you I'll understand, and I'll always have this to remind me of this very special honor. Thank you.
A new generation of filmgoers will perhaps only know Barbra through her role in Meet the Fockers, the sequel to the runaway comedy hit Meet the Parents. After 8 years' absence from the screen, Barbra played the eccentric mother of Ben Stiller in a larger-than-life role which had echoes of Barbra's own strong character. The actress had recently endured minor surgery to remove a polyp from her colon and told the assembled press that she was persuaded to do the film by the director and producer Jay Roach.
It was time to be funny, and they just really wanted me to be in it, and it was Ben wanted to be his mom and Jay wanted to direct me, and I just thought, what the hell? I didn't have to work 5 days a week, so it wasn't. Good experience. It was fun, yeah.
Ben Stiller had featured in the first film, and he was adamant that his on-screen parents prove a good match for his obsessive father-in-law-to-be, played by Robert De Niro. He was very happy that Barbra and Dustin Hoffman agreed.
Just because they're such great actors, and they, the parts were written for them, so.
Dustin recounted that one of the best things about making the film was the story behind the controversial title.
No, we always said fucker. We use the, and the studio would not let them use the title, I don't know if you know it, until he found a family that was named Fokker, and they had to go to Canada, and they found a Canadian family that was named Fokker, F-O-C-K-E-R, and then they found a family that, there are a few families called Fokker, which was the Dutch. There's a Dutch, you've heard this? It's spelled F-O-K-K-E-R, Fokker. But what kind of excites me more than anything is that they actually found some Fockings.
You're making that up, Ben?
No, I am not making that up.
In 2007, France awarded Barbra its highest honor to a foreigner, an officer of the Legion of Honor. President Nicolas Sarkozy, the Legion's Grand Master, waxed lyrical in his speech.
Vous êtes très importante en France parce que vous êtes une artiste extraordinaire.
You're very important in France because you are a remarkable artist.
Mais les compliments, on les comprend dans toutes les langues.
And you understand, but you can understand compliments in all languages, actually.
Parce que votre voix touche le cœur de tous les Français.
And you're important because your voice actually touches the heart of all the French.
Et parce que vous êtes l'Amérique que nous aimons, nous les Français.
Barbra is one of only very few entertainers to receive Golden Globe, Oscar, Tony, Emmy, Grammy and Peabody Awards. But she was especially touched by this award from a country that puts culture first.
So I am deeply honored to be joining the playwrights, the heads of state, the artists and leaders who have accepted this honor before me. They are individuals who have made an indelible mark on the world, and I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for including me.
Previous offers of the Legion of Honor from the entertainment industry have included director David Lynch and actor-director Clint Eastwood. With such a busy work schedule, it may come as a surprise that Barbra has a rich life away from the recording studio and film set. Her first marriage was to actor Elliot Gould. However, this ended in 1971. Barbra took a very long time to take the plunge again. Notoriously private, she was linked to many eligible men during this time, including Andre Agassi, Ryan O'Neill, Don Johnson, and the Canadian Prime Minister. This all ended in 1998, when she married actor James Brolin. The lavish and intimate sunset ceremony took place on the 1st of July, 2 years to the day after they met. James's son Josh was best man. Although Barbra and her beau opted for a traditional ceremony with the bride in white, there's not much about the Jewish dynamo which is old-fashioned. Politically liberal with a small L, Barbra has been outspoken in her support of Democratic politicians. She's also shown a great deal of bravery by speaking publicly on controversial and unpopular topics. In 2004, when the US government was Republican through and through, she was honored by the Human Rights Council and took a moment to state her case.
Whether you're a heterosexual couple or, same-gender couple, everybody has the right to love and be loved. That's what's important, to strengthen families, whether they're gay families, heterosexual families. It's about commitment and a sense of obligation. And to strengthen society, you have to strengthen the family. Well, there are all different kinds of families these days, right?
Her old friend Liza Minnelli was also present and was impressed by Barbra's commitment.
I just love her. I love her because she's just so feisty. And she is a political animal. She really is. She understands it, she's studied it, and she cares a great deal about it. I care about it too. I do my thing in my own way, with benefits and with things, and I'm more behind the scenes. But she's right out there in front.
Barbra had some strong advice for her fellow Americans regarding the forthcoming election, and she was wary that causes like gay marriage could divide votes.
Yeah, I think that we have to be careful not to let it be used as a political tool in an election year, because it can be very divisive. So it needs, it's like what they did with gays in the military with President Clinton. It kind of hung around him for 8 years, and somehow we can't let that happen, because it's this is a very, very important election. I think it's pretty scary that all houses of government, the White House, the judicial, the House of Representatives, the Senate are all Republican, so that there are no checks and balances. And people have to think about the power and the abuse of power that comes with that.
It was no surprise then to find her and her husband at a John Kerry rally. With her fame comes influence, and she knows that her public watch her to see who she supports and may themselves follow. And she was in good company.
We're grateful to each of you. Barbara, Willie, Billy. Where else? Where's... Well, stand up, come on, and just let everybody say thank you, please. Come on. Barbara, you hate it. Don't do it. Thank you. Thank you. Where'd Willie go? He was here a minute ago. Neil, thank you.
In fact, Barbara got herself into hot water at a concert in 2006 when she was performing a comedy sketch with a George W. Bush impersonator. In response to some heckling from the crowd, she swore, a slip of the tongue which made all the major papers and television shows. For many of her fans, her forthrightness only increased her cachet. Barbara's Jewish heritage is important to her, and a version of the Australian national anthem is among her recordings. But she counts herself among Hollywood's left wing, and is not always sympathetic to Israeli policy. In 2006, many stars and directors put their signatures to a letter published in the LA Times, condemning Hezbollah and Hamas attacks on Israel. Barbara's name was strikingly absent, as were Steven Spielberg's and Woody Allen's. In 2007, the day after her first ever Berlin performance, she made an unusual stopover. The 1st of July was her wedding anniversary, but Barbara and James visited the Jewish Museum for what must have been a somber visit. Barbara's immense popularity has made her music, films and possessions highly collectible, and in 2005, an exhibition of more than 1,000 separate items from all stages of her career opened at the Hollywood Museum in Los Angeles. Items included sheet music, record sleeves, gowns, her personal wardrobe, and even a replica life-size doll with a pregnant belly, made by a makeup artist. In 2007, another distinctive Barbara outfit went on display, this time as part of a private show in the lobby of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. The convener of the exhibition, a celebration of Oscar fashion, tracked down each iconic outfit, and Barbara's stunning sequined pantsuit was included. She wore the controversial outfit in 1969, as she stepped up to receive her Oscar for Best Actress in Funny Girl. Recently, Barbara had a big clear-out, and no doubt serious collectors the world over were dusting off their checkbooks. With houses in Beverly Hills, Malibu and New York City, and 67 years worth of stuff, she decided to put over 400 items up for sale, the proceeds to go to her favorite charities. Although she admits that she loves collecting, Barbara would rather see someone else take pleasure in her things. Items going under the hammer included dresses and gowns, furniture, rugs, fur coats, paintings, wigs, books, and a Yamaha baby grand piano. The goods filled over 280 pages of an auction catalogue, with prices starting as low as $100 for toys. One of her wigs from the 1970 musical On a Clear Day You Can See Forever sold for $3,500, while an outfit from Meet the Fockers sold for the same price.